This video clip introduces a system called PiP, which stands for Programming Virtual Object Behavior within Virtual Reality Program. With PiP, the user can model and test behaviors of virtual objects while immersed within the virtual environment. The PiP is an immersive virtual reality system. The user wears a head-mounted display and a data glove, and their body parts are tracked with 3D tracking devices. Modeling virtual object behaviors is accomplished by demonstration through a 3D interaction. PiP runs in two modes, modeling and execution. The user models the object behaviors in the modeling mode and tests them in the execution mode. Here, we demonstrate how to model the behaviors of virtual objects. In this case, those of fish in a virtual undersea world. At the beginning, the undersea world is populated with a default number of fish. However, they do not possess any behavior and do not move at all. In the modeling mode, the users can manipulate virtual objects using their virtual hands. They can create new objects, destroy, move, rotate, and change object properties such as their appearance. A 2D menu system, operated with a 3-button handheld prop, is used for selecting that particular manipulation method. First, we make a simple fish behavior to move forward by demonstration. After choosing behavior modeling from the menu system, a fish is grabbed and simply moved through a 3D interaction. Specifying the motion profile through a 3D interaction, especially with first-person viewpoint, is very natural compared to doing it by imagination or doing it in a desktop environment. The behavior just created can be implanted to any number of fish in the environment. Switching into execution mode, we can now see all the fish moving forward. Now, we are going to make a slightly more complex behavior, to have the fish eat food. Here, we need a spatial context. That is, a piece of food needs to exist in front of the fish for this behavior to happen. To accomplish this, we create a box-shaped region in front of the fish and place food in it, again through a 3D interaction. Next, we destroy the food to specify the afterstate that the fish has eaten it. When tested in the execution mode, we see that the fish takes the food when it is in front of it. Some behaviors are carried out as a response to a specific event. Here, we are going to make the fish spit out food when touched by the user. To capture and specify the triggering event, the fish being touched, we use the virtual hand and make it collide with the fish. Then we create a new object for the food that is to be spat out, specifying the afterstate using it in a similar way. In addition, a sound effect can be added as part of this behavior. Finally, we show how to represent non-spatial contexts. Here we will make fish churn in different directions according to their appearance. Yellow fish will churn left, while red ones churn right as they swim forward. To specify the context, the system mode is first set to the context setting mode. Then we simply change the appearance of the fish as desired. This way, we can make many interesting fish behaviors and user interaction like fish fleeing when they are touched, eating food, just swimming in different directions, various collision responses, and so forth. Putting all these things together, a complete content can be authored and tested efficiently as a true first-person immersive VR system.
This clip shows a simple interactive game or storytelling application built using PiP. Immersive programming is particularly useful for such content creation because the user can cook up new stories or interaction on the fly, based on judgments made within the environment firsthand. Since PiP only supports very limited geometric modeling capability, the required scenes and objects were roughly specified using the script first. Then the object behaviors were created immersively. It took only about an hour to create the following content without any knowledge about 3D mathematics. What follows is the description of the interactive game story called Romancing the Stone, and all the interactive behaviors were created through physical demonstration and 3D interaction with the menu and widgets. In the first scene, the user finds two doors to be chosen with the help of a signpost. As the user touches the signpost, an explanation about the game is given to the user. The two doors lead to different paths in the game, one to a room with jewels and another to a pitfall with a monster in it, where the user would eventually die. He chooses one of the doors and enters. If the user chooses the wrong door or fails to collect all the jewels in a given time, he is transported to a pitfall and caught by the monster, meeting a tragic end. We are now in the room with jewels. Here we can see small blue jewels scattered inside the room. There are 4 jewels and the user is to pick and place them on the shelves at 4 corners of the room in a limited time span. To make the matters a bit complicated, there are ducks bothering the user by swallowing the jewels. Swallowing the jewels make the ducks change their colors into blue. The user can have the blue ducks spit out the jewel by beating on them. As the deadline approaches, the pole standing in the middle of the room starts to check each corner and change the jewel into yellow if it is present. If the user accomplishes the given task, he finally enters the last scene, where a big red jewel is presented to him with a loud applause.